Welcome back, beautiful tri-state area. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. I'm your host, Zen Sams. Welcome back to the Hydration with Heart segment brought to you by Once Upon a Coconut, the drink that nourishes our body while uplifting our spirit. Now, what if I told you the courts now agree with what pet parents have always known, that our pets aren't just property, they're family. Last month, in New York, a judge ruled that dogs can be recognized as immediate family, and science shows they literally heal our hearts and minds. Wendy and I are going to be chatting soulmates and fursuits, the science of why they ground us and why the law is finally catching up. It means if your dog is harmed or endangered, the courts can award damages for emotional distress, something that was never possible when pets were seen as property with only a dollar value. For millions of pet parents, this decision is validation. It says, in black and white legal terms, what we've always known in our hearts. Our pets are family. And science only strengthens the case. Studies show that petting an animal lowers cortisol, reduces blood pressure, and increases oxytocin, that same bonding hormone released between parents and children. One study from Canisius College found that women sleep better next to their dogs than their husbands. And during the pandemic, 85% of pet owners said their animals improved their mental health. So whether you believe it's biology, soul contracts, or even reincarnation, the truth is undeniable. Pets are healers, protectors, and chosen family. My guest today knows this bond all too well. Wendy Wild is one of the most recognizable voices in the iHeart family. You hear her hosting middays on 103.5 KTU right here in New York City, lending her voice to My 99.5 in Salt Lake City, and Kiss 107.9 in Sacramento. And on her nationally syndicated segment, What's Up with Wendy, on the Weekend Throwdown with Jagger. Off the mic, she's a photographer, an aerial skills enthusiast, and most importantly for today's conversation, a proud cat mom. Welcome to the show, superstar.
I love that you had to add in the cat mom part. I'm fully embracing my cat mom era. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's so incredible to have you back. I can't wait to dive into this topic. I want to start with this historic New York ruling because it's truly a game changer. Because really, if you think of it, for decades, pets were considered property under the law, like a couch or a car. And if your dog, if your dog was harmed, the most you could ever recover was their quote unquote market value. But this new case shifts everything. The judge recognized a dog as immediate family, which means emotional distress damages can now be awarded when a pet is endangered. And I feel that's monumental. So let me ask you, how does it feel to see the law finally catching up with the way we've always felt about our pets?
Well, as you mentioned before, a pet does not have a monetary value. Okay. They are these priceless babies. And as pet parents know, they are members of the family. So this honestly feels like a huge win. I think most of us pet parents, we know that these are not things that we own. They are their own individual personalities. They have big emotions. This is very validating. So finally seeing the law catch up with where I think we should have been, it's a great thing to see.
And if you go one step further, there's a science beyond the courtroom. Science is proving what pet parents feel every day. And research shows that interacting with pets lowers cortisol, it reduces that blood pressure and spikes that oxytocin. And that, again, I'm going to reiterate, is the same bonding hormone that ties parents to children. Think of that, right?
Right.
There's studies. So do you notice that effect with your own cat? That just being with her, or boy or girl?
No, it's a boy. His name's Ollie, Oliver. Yeah.
So that just being with Ollie resets your entire state of mind?
Yes. And I know I've been on your podcast before. We've talked about anxiety and things like that. He has been truly such a helper. I noticed this shift whenever I'm with him. He eases my stress, my breathing slows. And I know that we're talking about dogs too in this case, because obviously dogs, cats, birds, whatever, guinea pigs. But specifically with cats, I can speak to this. There's something even more fascinating. Their purrs, okay? There have been studies that have shown that the frequency in their purrs can actually have therapeutic effects.
Ooh.
How they're like little furry healers. It's remarkable.
Yeah, Elvis, my dog, does that for me. Even on my most stressful days, I can feel my whole system calm down the second I'm with him. It's like instant therapy.
Yeah. I mean, they're basically little furry medicine balls. They're so
Yeah.
cute.
Now let's talk about that mental health and resilience. So during the pandemic, adoption rates skyrocketed, and surveys showed that 85% of pet owners said their animals improved their mental health, and pets reduced loneliness for one. They build a routine. I know that I have a routine with my dog Elvis, and they provide that emotional stability. All protective factors against depression, right? Even the CDC lists pet ownership as a factor in improved well-being. So how has your cat helped you emotionally through challenging or high pressure moments in your life?
Oh, I mean, that would be a whole other show, but I'll just say this. Ollie kind of came into my life. It was such a coincidence. I went through this very unexpected breakup at the time, and I wasn't really like looking for a cat, but I was on Instagram and I was scrolling and I was missing my the cats that I had with my previous partner, and I see this ad, I guess, and they were like, we really need urgent fosters needed. And I was like, I could use some cat cuddles. What's a couple of days? I was moving at the time, and I took in this cat. Zen, it was 2 days. I was a foster fail. I
That was
fell in
it.
love. And it was like he kind of came into my life when I needed him most, but also I came into his life when he needed it most. So it was just this perfect moment, just to kind of be there for each other. He gave me structure. He gave me comfort during this time. He really just kind of healed me by being himself. And I think, him coming off the streets, he was found like on a highway in the Bronx. This guy lives the life now. So they really can help you go, I guess they really can help you get through the toughest of times. And I don't know if they know what they're doing, but they're doing it.
Oh, they know. They know. They know. And I can
Yeah.
relate to that so much because Elvis has been my little rock through some very
Mm.
tough times. He grounds me and reminds me I'm truly never alone. And now, when it comes to sleep, right? Elvis sleeps with me. And one of my favorite stats comes from the Canisius College report. Women reported they sleep better next to their dogs than their husbands. That's
Yeah.
that's because pets provide a sense of security and reduce that nighttime anxiety, right? 80% of pet owners say they sleep more soundly with their animals close by. Do you feel that same sense of comfort and safety with
Okay.
Ollie?
I have to send you a picture. Actually, most of my phone roll is this. It's if this cat could just curl up and like tuck himself inside my face, he would. He sleeps he's like on my armpit. And it is the most comforting thing. But also, you can have like all this extra room because a cat or a dog is not going to take up as much space as a human. So I think there's that element to it also. But just that, I don't know, there's something about them. It almost feels like a weighted blanket in a
Yeah,
way, right?
yeah.
Can you relate to that?
Totally. I can totally relate
Yeah.
to that. And Elvis curled up beside me makes me feel more at peace than anything else. It's like my body just knows it can finally rest. But which brings me into soul contracts and spiritual bonds. So on the spiritual side, we talked about this, which prompted this segment. Many
Right.
people believe in the concept of soul contracts that before we're born, certain beings agree to walk with us in this lifetime to guide us or heal us. Some even believe pets who couldn't incarnate as humans choose to be
To
with
be
us in
pets.
animal form. Okay, so if Ollie had a soul contract with you, what do you think it would be?
Oh, see, I used to be a skeptic. I think I told you this. I never believed in any of this stuff, but I will tell you this. I truly believe that this cat was meant to be in my life and meant to be in my life when he arrived. And some people say that, okay, there were no bodies left over, so they came back as a cat. I I don't know. I feel like when I met this little guy, I just felt like I knew him. And yeah, I just can't imagine not having this bond. If it's a soul contract, like he's definitely holding up his end as a bargain
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, and pets are often called our greatest teachers. In fact, it's not just I'm not coming up with this. A YouGov survey found that 65% of pet owners say that their animals made them more compassionate human beings, which I think is huge. So, what's the biggest lesson Ollie has taught you about love or presence?
Oh, probably the biggest lesson is he taught me to slow down and live in the moment. You know me. I'm very type A. I'm very like go 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 go. he doesn't worry about tomorrow or yesterday. He doesn't dwell on the what ifs. I mean, he worries about his food quite a bit. But besides that, like, he's just fully present in this moment. And I think that that is something that we could all learn from, especially in such a fast paced world. It's just prioritizing that self care, that me time. We should all live like a cat.
Yeah, Elvis has definitely taught me that love
Or dog.
Love doesn't need to be loud or complicated, right? It's in the simple presence, the loyalty, and just quietly being there. And I think animals, in many respects, I'll go out on a limb and say have saved lives just by being present, right? I recount one story of a guest I had who it was on mental health, and she confessed that the reason she did not take her life at a juncture when it was about to happen was because she looked at her dog and thought, the dog needs, who's gonna, like, that dog kept her there. And she remembers looking at that dog, and now that dog is her everything, saved her life because she just couldn't do it. And there was no one else around her at the time. She said she looked at her dog and the dog just came up, gave her a big lick, and she said it was a sign. And so, stories like that, they really make you think, like,
they at least deserve to be considered not property. Taking it back to full circle there.
Yeah.
It's a start. It's a start.
It's a start. Well, Wendy, I love chatting with you. I love that you love your cat as much as I love my dog. And we have more to cover, so we'll definitely have you back on. But whether it's biology or spirituality or even the courtroom, one truth stands tall, that our pets are not property, like you said. They are family. They heal us, they protect us, and teach us in ways humans just often can't.
I agree there. Give Elvis a kiss for me.
And to our listeners, remember to hydrate your own heart and soul. Pick up a one spot coconut and raise a toast to the pets who keep our lives fuller, our spirits lighter, and our hearts hydrated. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. Definitely check out Wendy on the gram at Wendy Wild Radio. We'll be right back after this.
A Moment of Zen is brought to you by Once Upon a Coconut.
Discover the refreshing taste of 100% pure coconut water that actually tastes great. Naturally sweet with no artificial flavors or added sugar. It's packed with electrolytes to keep you hydrated throughout your day. And with 10% of profits going to charity, every sip makes a difference. Pure taste, pure goodness. Experience nature's Gatorade. Visit Once Upon a Coconut or naturesgatorade.com.